Watch Sports Night, a new show, a good one right here on ABC. You can go behind the scenes of live TV and meet the people who make it happen. Talent, production, executives, incomplete, accountants, the whole shebang on Sports Night.
You're just jealous because I had more fun with Meredith than I'm having with you guys.
You looked like you were having a wonderful time. Did a very nice job, too, I might.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of nice jobs, our same old crew has gathered again this year. Kenny Wolf, our producer, Craig Janoff directing. 29 years Monday Night Football has been turning on the lights, and our guys do it better than anything.
Amen. Second down and 10 at the 44. And that's knocked down. Kevin Mathis.
Well, I think Leon Lett is making a statement right now, guys. I mean, he is all over Danny Kanell.
And I don't think Danny Kanell should have to wait for anybody when it comes time to use the hot whirlpool.
Absolutely not.
They ought to all get out of the way and give him first dibs.
I'll tell you, if this big fella comes back full speed, baby. Woo.
Leon Lett
is coming right inside.
Well, first of all,
man,
he's not running over anybody. They're just letting him go.
3rd and 20. Kanell takes another shot, and that pass is incomplete. It's 4th down.
It's gotten to the point now where, you know what? How many more shots are you going to let him take?
Gets to the point where the linebacker who knocks you down helps you get back up, as Coakley just did.
Well, they are running all sorts of motion. Look at the twisting, the stunning, the blitzing. And why not? That's all the Giants are going to see until they demonstrate that they can pick it up.
One thing about the Dallas Cowboy linebackers, are not real big, but they are quick, and they can hide behind their defensive linemen. Do a nice job of setting up the blitzes.
On 4th and 10. The receiver slips. It is intercepted by Sanders. Can he score again?
Yep.
There he goes. Deion Sanders. .71 yards. 16 return touchdowns in his career. The 8th time he's run back an interception. And the NFL record is 9 by the great Ken Houston.
You know what? I don't know if Danny Kanell could have gotten a tackle here because somebody would have to peel him off the ground. That's about the 15th time that he's been leveled. And I'm not talking about hit, guys. I am talking about leveled.
So Deion with the punt return touchdown, then the interlude, an IV at the half, and the interception run back. And so for Deion tonight, a 59-yard punt return for a TD, a 55-yard pass reception, a 39-yard punt return, and a 71-yard interception return. 31-7.
You know, Joe's the kind of guy whose hands are always dirty, no matter how deep the scrub. You see, his hands are his livelihood. Rarely ever see any time off. His hands are strong, steady and sure. The kind of hands that can only grip the wheel of a truck. Of course, that truck is a Ford F-Series with a more powerful Triton engine and 50 years of toughness. You might say it fits Joe's hands like a glove. Not that he'd ever wear any. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
Sure, I'd like to be financially prepared for whatever might be coming down the road, but I'd also like to...
Deion Sanders always asks us to say hi to his kids in Houston, so I said to him the night before the game, if you score twice, we will. Hi, kiddies. And Daddy says go to bed.
Whatever was in that IV, I want some of it.
I'm telling you, rocket fuel.
Lonnie Pelele runs it back, the squib kick. Now, we know we've kept the audience with the 5th pitcher.
It's time to reward the faithful.
The 5 who faced Maris and McGuire, those 4, and Don Sutton. Just went into the Hall of Fame this year. Now, which one also faced Sammy Sosa? That's the bonus question tonight.
What are we going to give that one? A Thorn Nightline or what?
Next week from the Silver Dome, Kent Graham is the new quarterback.
Really, what's probably the most insulting to the Giants right now, a lot of their fans have left, and a lot of the Cowboy fans are staying right here.
Kent Graham in at quarterback, and so the 3rd pitcher, or the only pitcher to face all 3, Nolan Ryan.
And Sammy Sosa is 0 for 16.
Boy, what a team we are.
Unbelievable.
3 blind mice.
What about Leslie?
Oh, that's right. Is she still here?
Leslie's working on a feature for next week.
I'll tell you, a big fella comes back like he did tonight. He made a statement, Leon Lett did.
Yes, he did. But this is an offensive line for the Giants that is going to see a healthy dose of line stunts, blitzes, loops, everything there is until they show they can handle it.
Graham hands the ball off, and this is Greg Pamela.
No, that's a good point, Dan, is because this league is a copycat league, and if one team has success given a particular type of stunt or defense, then they will see it again next week. Will the Giants?
2-minute warning.
Where we show the customer how to do the project themselves. It's very hands-on. The customers are encouraged to come up to the front and actually start grouting the tile or spackling the drywall.
He barely blinked in the 2-minute commercial that we just ran while we were away. Graham nearly has that one picked off and run back for a touchdown by Charlie Williams. And there's a flag down.
This could be a roughing the passer.
Artie Smith was one of the Cowboys who came in.
Now this is the point of the game we were talking about, that defensive lineman.
Foul, rubbing the passer, number 93, 15 yards, first down.
They want to get their licks in here, and Artie Smith hasn't played much tonight, and he gets a chance to make a play here, and he levels Kent Graham. And this is the part of the game a quarterback has to realize that they're coming out after him.
But I think by the same token, this is also the point in the game where the officiating crew has a job to do and a responsibility to protect the quarterback. I think that's a good call by Walt Coleman.
Greg Pamela out of bounds in Dallas territory at the 49-yard line.
I would think that the film study of this game is going to be long and arduous for the New York Giants. There's going to be a lot of corrections made. There's going to be a lot of hurt feelings as well.
Kenny Wolf is our fabled producer, and Craig Janoff calling all of the shots year after year. Joey Chavo, nary a knuckle job again this season. Ben Harvey, our associate producer. By the way, Boomer, in television lingo, a knuckle job is when you punch up the wrong camera. But Joey has not done that in 18.5 seasons. Jaime Bravo is our associate director. Ed McKenna, Claude Phipps, and Hal Schmitz, all part of our traveling circus, along with Chris Pfeiffer and Billy Boland, the guys who never sleep. Our director of information, the great Steve Hurt. And up in the booth, Lynn Vandenberg running the operation. George Hill is our statistician. And our spotter, Malibu, Kelly Hayes. 3rd down and 7 at the 49-yard line.
I think Kent Graham's finding out just exactly what Danny Kanell went through the whole night. That's 3 times he's dropped back to pass and 3 times he's been hit. And you can see Danny shaking his head in disgust. Well, the game is played by 11 guys on the field, and you know, all 11 have to be working in sync. Guys have to be doing their jobs if you're going to be successful as an offense or a defense, and it's certainly not been the case for the Giant offense tonight. Troy, look, I'll be back in week 15. Is that all right, guys?
On 4th down and 7. Graham launches it, and a flag is thrown. Amani Toomer comes down with it.
Yeah, I think Kevin Smith probably going to be called for riding Toomer out of bounds. Boomer talked about the physical play of the Dallas corners.
Interference on the defense, number 26. First down.
Right here, he just runs right into Toomer and runs him right out of bounds. Kevin Smith at this point in time really not even interested in making a play on the ball. Heck of a job by Toomer. Knowing he was out of bounds, his instincts took over and he caught it anyway.
From the 27-yard line. That's incomplete. Dan, you know we've done a lot of games in the past where at 31-7 the game wasn't quite over, but this one is over.
I understand.
I'll even agree with that.
Yes. Yes. Not that many points were expected to be scored by this team tonight.
I think most of our audience understands.
Oh, yeah, they do. Whatever's left right now certainly does. 2nd down and 10 as Graham throws, and that's batted at the line of scrimmage. And Emmitt Smith has had the second half off and most of the night as well, and they're still going to go back with a victory.
No, not much has been said. We haven't talked much about Jason Garrett and his performance tonight. Again, it wasn't high accuracy, but it was big numbers. He moved the football team. Chan Gailey said that he liked him because that's what he does. He moves the team, and he made some big plays. He threw some nice balls to Michael Irvin, threw the nice ball to Deion Sanders down the middle that the Giant defenders couldn't make a play on. He stepped up. He did exactly what they have him there for, to make the plays to win the football game.
3rd down and 10. Graham brings it out of bounds, intended for Jurevicius, and it will be 4th down.
Well, I think it's safe to say the difference between Jason Garrett and Danny Kanell tonight was that the players surrounding Jason Garrett played this game at a much higher level than the players surrounding Kanell.
Well, and you had the Deion Sanders show going on tonight, eh? I still am baffled a little bit by punting the ball down the middle of the field to a player like Deion Sanders, who is so dangerous at any given time. It's always written about. Everybody talks about it. So you have to question a little bit of the strategy in that situation.
On 4th and 10, that's intercepted at the 11-yard line. This time it is Kenny Wheaton. And he brings it back to the Giant 48.
Boy, that didn't look like Deion returning it to them.
And Dave Campo, who watched his defense just get shredded last week, with a big smile and accepts congratulations as his D has done the job.
It's 4th down. You have to throw the ball somewhere.
Well, there's one way of looking at it.
Well, I mean, you're not going to take a sack there. You're going to try to get a completion. Obviously, there's no consequence to it.
Well, it was an unfortunate situation for Kent Graham to come into a game in that area, Boomer, but the fact of the matter is he either got knocked down or didn't throw the ball anywhere near a receiver.
Well, you know, nobody likes to come in a game in that situation, Dan. I mean, it's not an easy thing. He was hit 5 or 6 times, and hey, look, you just 4th down, you got to throw the ball.
Mike Quinn will finish out the game with a couple of kneel downs, the backup quarterback. The Cowboys, meanwhile, last year all season long had 7 interceptions, fewest in the league. They had none in the first 2 games. They have 3 tonight, and Jason Garrett will go to 3-0 lifetime. And the Cowboys will take a nice ride home and get ready to face the Raiders on Sunday, and the Giants will have a short week and go all the way to San Diego on Sunday afternoon.
And I'll tell you, living here in New York and playing here in New York, the Giants can't wait to board that plane.
You're saying they don't want to be here next week?
Oh, I'll tell you what, probably the best medicine for them is to get out of here and go out there and play well and try to get away with a win.
They go out with a record of 1-2, and the Cowboys are now alone on top of the NFC East with a record of 2-1. The Cowboys won it 31-7. We'll wrap it up from the Meadowlands after this.
Never felt like this until I kissed you, I kissed you, I kissed you, I kissed you. How did I exist until I kissed you, kissed you, kissed you? Never had you on my
When you find the one that's unlike any other, that's when it's love. That's when it's Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. I kissed you.
Back at the Meadowlands, let's go down to Leslie Visser.
Al, there's a reason they've called him prime time, offense, defense, special teams. How do you describe the night you had, Deion?
Oh, first of all, I'd like to give God the glory. If you get in a God game, he'll get into yours. A wonderful man of God once told me.
You know, on the sideline, a couple guys told me that you said you were going to intercept the ball and run it in. Is that true?
I don't know if I'm prophesying yet, but I felt wonderful, and the Lord just blessed me tonight. A wonderful game on Monday Night Football. What else could you ask for?
What was wrong at you at halftime and you had an IV? I think Boomer and Dan said rocket fuel.
I spent everything that was inside of me. I was a little nauseated before the game, and I was getting very tired in the first and second series, and that punt return took everything out of me.
And just what about the play of Jason Garrett, maybe the biggest Princeton player since Charlie Gogolak?
He's a blessing, and we spoke to him before the game. Everyone assured him that we was going to be there behind him, supporting him no matter what. But we knew Jason was ready. He waited his time, and he was ready to step in. He done a wonderful job tonight.
Thank you, Deion. It was a great effort for the Cowboys. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, Leslie. After the game, now stay tuned to ABC for your late local news or other programming, or go to ESPN Sports Center Monday Night Football postgame show for live reports and analysis. We move on to Pontiac, Michigan next week, where the Detroit Lions will host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, the final score tonight, the Dallas Cowboys 31 and the New York Giants 7. Al Michaels for Dan Deerdorf, Boomer Esiason, Leslie Visser saying good night from the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey.